Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you're in for a treat today, because we're diving deep into what could be a pivotal matchup, the Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers. It's shaping up to be an exciting game, and today I'm going to break down everything you need to know. From the keys to a Cowboys victory, to the latest injury news, and of course I'll share my prediction for how this one will play out. It's going to be a battle, so let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about the big picture. The Dallas Cowboys entered this matchup with a strong record and solid momentum. Their offense has found its groove, led by the reliable play of Dak Prescott, while their defense continues to wreak havoc, especially with playmakers like Micah Parsons. But this game isn't as easy as it might look on paper. The Carolina Panthers, despite their struggles this season, are not a team to be underestimated. They've got a lot of young talent on both sides of the ball, and rookie quarterback Bryce Young has shown flashes of why he was the #1 pick in this year's draft. However, with a defense that's been vulnerable at times, they've yet to put everything together for a consistent win streak. But even with their issues, the Panthers can still make things interesting, and the Cowboys need to be prepared to play hard to secure the win. Looking at the keys to a Cowboys victory, the first thing that stands out is the importance of dominating the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys' offensive line has been playing solidly, and that's going to be a critical factor in this game. The Panthers' defensive front, while not elite, has some disruptive players who can make life difficult for opposing offenses. Brian Burns, the Panthers' top pass rusher, is a guy who can get to the quarterback in a hurry if he's not accounted for. For the Cowboys to avoid those issues, their offensive line must keep Dak Prescott clean and give him time to operate. If the offensive line can hold up against Burns and company, that gives Dak the opportunity to connect with his receivers like CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup down the field. Furthermore, it opens up lanes for Tony Pollard or even Ezekiel Elliott, who might be called upon to get the running game going and control the clock. If Dallas can control the line of scrimmage and establish the run, they can dictate the pace of the game and keep the Panthers' defense on their heels. On the flip side, we know that Dak Prescott's decision-making will be crucial. He's been on fire this season, but he can't afford to get too aggressive against a defense that can create turnovers. The Panthers' defense has been opportunistic, and with a rookie quarterback like Bryce Young on the other side, they'll be hungry to capitalize on any mistakes. Dak must be patient, make the smart throws, and not take unnecessary risks. The quick-hitting passes and the short to medium routes will be critical for the Cowboys to move the ball effectively without giving the Panthers a chance to get too many sacks or interceptions. Moving to the other side of the ball, the key for the Cowboys will be applying consistent pressure on Bryce Young. Yes, he's a rookie, but he's got the potential to be dangerous if given time in the pocket. The Cowboys' defense, led by Micah Parsons, has been relentless, and getting pressure on Young is absolutely crucial. Parsons is a game changer, and if the Cowboys can get to Young early and often, it'll disrupt the entire Panthers' offense. Young, as good as he can be, has shown that he can struggle when pressured. He's still learning how to handle NFL defenses. If Dallas can generate that pressure without overcommitting and leaving gaps in coverage, it could be a long day for the Panthers. But it's not just about sacking the quarterback. It's about making him uncomfortable, forcing him to make quick decisions, and hopefully, forcing turnovers. That's what the Cowboys do best. They get the ball back for their offense, and if they can do that against a rookie quarterback, it could be a game-changing factor. But Dallas will also need to be disciplined in their run defense. Miles Sanders is a talented running back who can break off big runs if he gets the chance, and the Cowboys' defense has been solid but inconsistent in stopping the run at times this season. The Panthers will likely try to establish the run to take pressure off Young, and if the Cowboys can bottle up Sanders early, it'll force Carolina to lean more heavily on Young, which plays right into the hands of the Dallas defense. Stopping the run isn't just about the defensive line, it's about the linebackers too. Guys like Leighton Vander Esch and Damone Clark need to stay disciplined and fill their gaps to make sure Sanders doesn't get free in the open field. Now, let's talk about the injury news, because this could play a huge role in the game. The Cowboys have had some bumps and bruises throughout the season, and we're keeping a close eye on a few key players. First, there's Tyron Smith, the star left tackle. He's been dealing with some injuries, and if he's not able to go, it could throw a wrench in the Cowboys' offensive game plan. Smith's absence would likely force some reshuffling on the offensive line, which could leave Dak Prescott more vulnerable to pressure from the Panthers' defensive front. It'll be important to watch Smith's status in the lead-up to the game and see how much of an impact his injury might have on the line. Then there's Tony Pollard, who's been dealing with an ankle injury. Pollard has been playing through it, but you have to wonder if it's affecting his explosiveness. If Pollard isn't able to break off big runs like we've seen him do in the past, the Cowboys might have to lean more on the passing game or even give Zeke Elliott more touches than expected. Pollard's health will be something to monitor closely as we get closer to game time. Finally, there's Dak Prescott. Although Dak hasn't had any major injuries this season, he's been known to play through some discomfort. Whether it's a minor shoulder issue or something else, we'll need to see if there are any signs of him being limited in practice. If Dak is dealing with anything that hinders his ability to throw, it could change the game plan for the Cowboys. So keep an eye on injury reports throughout the week, because these injuries could be a deciding factor in how the game unfolds. Now that we've covered all the key factors and injury updates, let's get into my prediction. After analyzing both teams and taking into account the Cowboys' offensive firepower, defensive dominance, and the Panthers' struggles this season, I'm going to predict a Cowboys victory. I think Dallas will win this one comfortably, but not without some challenges along the way. The Panthers will hang around early, maybe even get a couple of big plays here and there, but ultimately, the Cowboys' defense will step up and shut down Bryce Young when it matters most. Dak Prescott will play smart football, managing the game without taking unnecessary risks, and with a balanced offensive attack, the Cowboys will take control of the game in the second half. The final score, in my opinion, will be 31-17 in favor of the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys' defense will force a couple of turnovers, and their offense will do enough to put up points and secure the win. The Panthers might make a late push, but it won't be enough to overcome the Cowboys' depth and talent. This is a must-win game for Dallas if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, and I believe they'll rise to the occasion and get the job done. So, that's my breakdown and prediction for the game, but I want to hear from you. Do you think the Cowboys will handle business, or could the Panthers pull off the upset? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know how you think the game will play out. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my Cowboys content. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned. Until next time, let's go Cowboys.